the rights of love. So love is a quality unbound by fences and magnitudes, which derives its power from God. God is the ultimate source of love. As such, love has some inalienable rights. First of all, you have the simple right to honor within yourself all that love has brought you and to assimilate those things into your character. Your character is a summation of your love. No one can ever take that from you. Your compassion, your caring for others, your acceptance, generosity, courage, creativity, empathy, etc. Now, I hope you'll notice that much of the content of this series already resonant within your true nature. I'm not telling you something totally off base or new. It's just that we've become acculturated not to notice or acknowledge the love we are when we're in a competitive or judgmental atmosphere. We're actually building reinforcing habits in this series on the foundational intelligence of your true nature, rather than pretending you have to start from scratch or relearn everything from birth on. The next exercise will help us practice this awareness. Again, on handout 1, section 3, loving choices, you're going to write down 3 choices you've made from love in the past week. Now, here's a hint in doing this. Notice if your mind dismisses anything that it judges as, too small or insignificant. Like, I just listened to a friend today, versus I didn't donate a large sum of money to charity that I was solicited on email. Now, this is the way of your ego dominating your character out of fear that love will determine your course in life rather than the mind's control. Oh, and by the way, your mind is not an evil thing. It's just operating out of fear and needs to be trained to trust in your intuitive goodness more than be constricted by its overactive vigilance. So, in this exercise, in the next several minutes, write down 3 choices you've made out of love this past week on handout 1, section 3, loving choices. Be honest about it. They don't dismiss it because it's too small or trivial. Tell the truth. Just on a piece of paper or on the handout or on your iPad or whatever, and just complete this. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to do this. Okay, now come back to the class and notice how easy it was for you to do this and any inner judgments that may have come up. It's all good. Acknowledgement is the cornerstone of growth. If we cannot honestly acknowledge how we express our love, including the challenges in doing that, we're always starting from scratch in identifying love instead of building on and having it grow in its awareness. We were talking about the rights of love now. Love is universally free. Thus, in being love, so are you. Your body may be in prison, but your love has no boundaries. Love is universally resonant with all of life, and being love, you're also resonant with life. There are no conditions to the truth of who you are. It is your sacred right to be the love that you are, and that this is unconditional. In the trenches, love is knowing that your very presence makes a difference. It means being true to your own calling and capacity for service, refusing other calls to riches or fame, which could diminish the glory of your real character. It often means standing firm in the midst of chaos with patient conviction that you hold a place in the unfolding puzzle of life. Now, I'm going to ask you to write down on handout 2, Your Love Makes a Difference. Ways that you sense your loving presence has made a difference in your life, in the life of another, and life on earth in the past 3 months. Now, this is nothing your analytical mind can prove. So this is practice in trusting your inner sense and admitting, yes, I do believe I've made a difference. For example, on handout 2, number 1, a way my loving presence has made a difference in my life in the past 3 months is, well, I've encouraged myself to write and give my best service in creating this course. What was the fear about doing that? Well, the fear in doing this is that I wouldn't embody adequately and convey the depth of these messages and applicability of my heart's intelligence to myself. What's the loving truth underneath that fear? Loving truth is that my loving presence allows me to refine and make the messages from Love Without End personal and relevant to my life. Number 2, a way my loving presence has made a difference in another's life in the past 3 months is, example in my life is that I've counseled a couple in dealing with a family issue involving a relative living with them that is both boundary setting and compassionately caring. So what was my fear in doing this? Well, my fear is that my presence would not be accepted as caring for the needs of all parties by both the husband and the wife. The loving truth is that my presence is lovingly impartial and attentive to the highest good for all in my work. Third one is a way my loving presence has made a difference in the world is, for me, as my volunteer leadership in a service organization has helped it to bring accountability to its service providers for their clients. My fear is that, my contributions would be too little for too few. Loving truth is serving with integrity is my loving mission in this life, which benefits all my world. So I'm going to ask you now to take handout 2, Your Love Makes a Difference, and complete the 3 sections instinctively from your heart. Don't overthink, but listen to the wisdom of your core and keep breathing easily as you do it. You'll have several minutes to complete this, and I'll ask you to do this now. Don't put it off. Oh, I'll do it later. Do the best you can right now. You can also come back to it later, but see if you can take what comes from your heart and just write it down right now, uncensored. Okay? Let's do this together. Just on a piece of paper or on the handout or on your iPad or whatever, and just complete this. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to do this. Okay, I'm going to ask you to come back to the video now. And I want to acknowledge that this last exercise is not a simple one. It takes a fair degree of self-awareness and insight to look at your life actions this way. So if you had difficulty with it in the beginning, do not criticize yourself unduly about this. This will take practice. Noticing and trusting the difficulty that you have can take you out of your ego judgments and into your heart awareness. Okay, I didn't quite get this, or this one was easy, but that one was a challenge for me, and so on. Does not make you either better or worse than others to be able to do this. Those are your mind's judgments. But it takes you into greater sensitivity and acceptance of the love that you are, not the ego you have. A major step in realizing the love you are is to honor and to accept your inevitable connection to life. Joshua notes, this is not a somber pursuit. I promise you. The more you move into contact with life and harvest its revelations, the more you will develop a true sense of humor. Actually, it's the superficially politically correct actions and attitudes that strip laughter away from your life. Laughter is good for the soul, especially when you can laugh about your own issues.